Jameis Winston has been back in action coming off his ACL tear. They're taking a cautious approach right to his return, but he's making steady progress. You see him out there, more live action daily. So what does a chance to return and lead this team mean to him? Here's Jameis.
I feel a lot better. I've been getting better every single day. Like, it felt good to really be able. Yesterday, I could run a little bit more and move around a little bit more because that's part of my game, you know. So I'm getting better every day. Yeah, every day, I'm really visualizing how I can make the best of this day. And last year, even though it was an improvement, I can't wait to step back on the field and compete some more. Because one thing I know that I would not take this opportunity for granted ever again. And I'm just grateful to have that chance to go out there and stress some people, throw some touchdowns, win some football games, and keep y'all smiling, keep everybody smiling.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's hard not to smile watching this guy right now. RC, how much confidence, though, do you have with Jameis Winston leading the Saints heading into this season?
I actually have a ton of confidence in the Saints and Jameis Winston. This has been a championship caliber defense for the last 3 or 4 seasons. And now you look at the skill players they've been able to put around Jameis Winston and give him opportunities to make big plays, but also watched him protect the football through 8 games last season. And so if you're the New Orleans Saints, you have to understand that you start with the run, you move into the play action, but you're going to be a team that's also built on defense, and Jameis Winston understanding he doesn't have to win it all on each play.
I agree, Ryan. I think he's an ascending player. He's 28 years old. He played a lot of football for somebody that age, and I think that the path of his career is one that I think ultimately ends up benefiting him. Plays as a super young player, has some success, but certainly has some things not go his way. Has the benefit of being around some great offensive coaches, being behind a great quarterback. To learn from that, I would expect him to protect the ball better with that defense, with the receivers that they have there now.
Alvin Kamara in the backfield.
Oh, man. I think that is definitely a team. And I think there's enough carryover. Pete Carmichael Jr. still the play offensive coordinator and play caller there, that I think Jameis should play well.
One thing I want to point out that I thought was really cool, only Matthew Stafford and Justin Herbert threw more touchdowns, 50-plus yards in the air last year than Jameis Winston. Those guys played all 17 games. Yeah. He played just 7 games. It's pretty impressive when you think about his game. All right, so as it relates to the weapons, though, Adam, what is the latest you're hearing on the health of wide receiver Michael Thomas?
Well, think about this, Laura. When you think of who Jameis Winston threw the football to last year, now he potentially will have Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry, and Michael Thomas, as you mentioned. Now, Thomas has been dealing with a hamstring injury that sidelined him during practice. Maybe it's a byproduct related to the fact that he hasn't played a lot of football the last couple of years as he's come back from that ankle injury. But the Saints want to be cautious here, knowing that the regular season is still a little bit under 3 weeks away, and they want to make sure Michael Thomas is healthy then, not now. And it doesn't sound like they're overly concerned or alarmed at this time, and I still think that there's hope and optimism that he could be ready on opening day.
Yeah, Adam, you've pointed this out, and even back to the draft, it's like you can tell that the Saints think they're going to be really good this year. The way they've invested in players, some of the moves they made, they're setting up for a team that they expect to be in the conversation in the postseason. We got more coming your way on.
In free agency, one of the teams, they were interested, and all of a sudden they weren't interested at the very end. I was sitting there thinking, you're sticking with that motherfucker? Are you serious?
Tom probably had no desire to go to that team, but now it's like, why don't you want me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I look back, I'm like, there's no fucking way I would have went to that team. But they said they didn't want me, and I know what that means. I know what that feels like, and I'm going to fuck you up because of that.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy DJ. Obviously, I here with the NFC South versus the NFL, and I'm here with my brother, Mike.
What's going on, y'all? You know what it is. It's your boy, Mike Ricks, man. Co-host of the NFC South versus the NFL. You see, Carolina Panthers representative. Hey, before we move on, we got a fun show, very fun show. Make sure you do us a solid, man. Hit that like button, that notification, the share, all that good stuff, man. We greatly appreciate y'all checking us out, man. It's going to be fun tonight, DJ.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're in the last week of preseason. After this week, it's 2 weeks. September 11th. Well, no, September 9th.
Yes.
It's the kickoff of the season, I believe. But the kickoff for Everybody else, for the most part, is September 11th. And we got real football, man. Hell, we got real football probably going into this week.
Right.
This is the dress rehearsal for majority of teams, and one team in the South might not do that because they've been already doing it.
Right.
But yeah, so a lot of noise. A lot of noise has been emerging as of late. If you haven't been paying attention, I'm just going to say this. There's a lot of New Orleans Saints fans that think and this is not just this year. I think it's been going on for years.
Right.
I think they believe that they don't get the notoriety from national media for what they have done. If you look at over the last 15 to 20 years, or in the new 2000s and above, they're probably one of the more winning teams in the NFL.
Right.
In regards to regular season wins. They got the one Super Bowl, and they had a Hall of Fame quarterback that just retired 2 years ago. They believe, and now for so long, that's been a huge thing of that team, right? It's always been about offense. It was Drew Brees put up all these, yards. He's very accurate, so his completion percentage is usually pretty good. They're looking at all that production and be like, why we're not getting the attention we deserve? Fair argument. I mean, if you look at it, and I seen that. I wish we would have got that ready for the show. There is a graphic where they're like top 5 in the NFL, probably better than top 5 when it comes to wins in the regular season. But they don't get mentioned along with the Green Bay Packers, Cowboys. I don't know. Just name your teams, and then obviously you got your hot teams that come in and out. That's going hot. But the Saints think they've been consistent enough to be getting more in the limelight than they be getting. Mike, how you feel about that?
I think you're right, dog. I really do. Yeah, I get it. They won what? How many divisions, DJ? 5 out of the last 6. That's ridiculous, especially with a division that you didn't have for a while. Back-to-back wins in the division, and for them to have 5 divisional championships out of the last 6 years, been one of the teams that always seem to get over double-digit wins. They lose their Hall of Fame quarterback, like you said, lose their replacement of him, and yet they still get very close to making the playoffs and having almost a double-digit win season. I get it, man. Shoot, it's fair. You don't think it's fair?
I think it's fair. I mean, not just your Carolina Panthers. Y'all put up the type of wins like that. Shit, you'll be probably going crazy too. Which
absolutely,
I get it. But they also, it's been a topsy-turvy thing for the New Orleans Saints. When the offense was good, the best they were ever when their offense was good is when they were a turnover-style defense, right? And that's when they went along and won the Super Bowl. As of late, offense has still been productive, but it's not the same air raid, or it's not the same Drew Brees. They draft right. They get their defense online. Now they're one of the top defenses in the NFL. We can argue probably over the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, that's fair.
But 2 of those years, Drew Brees' arm, new to arm. They wouldn't let him go. They rolled with him. He got hurt at times. I think there were 7-1 and 8-1 without him. And they just couldn't finish it. The Minnesota Miracle, the St. Louis Rams sideline hit, which they still had time to win that game, but could not match up and get through that game.
Facts.
They're known for being the Buffalo Bills, Mike, of the NFC. They are. And then once again, they lost that. But now, as of late,
right,
it's starting to turn around. The video we just played showed. Mike, I'll ask you this question.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard anybody talk about Jameis Winston the way they just talked about Jameis Winston.
Never.
That's why I got that clip.
It hasn't happened. Not his entire NFL career. And all of a sudden, he's a top 10 quarterback.
By the way it sounded, he's played so many games at the age that he's been with. He had some rough times with dealing with, which obviously he's talking about the Buccaneers.
Right.
And that seems like they're putting more on the Buccaneers than they're putting on Jameis Winston now.
Yeah, and isn't that crazy? This man's whole career. How many years? 7 years?
Mr. 30 for 30, Mr. Goofy. They putting up the things of him pointing in the face of his players with the lips and stuff like that. The Uber situation. I mean, any situation they took, they taking shots at Jameis Winston. But now all of a sudden, he's this 28-year-old quarterback that's played a lot of football who is set to take the goddamn NFL by storm. Ain't this a motherfucker?
Oh, they want to call out stats with comparing him to Matthew Stafford and Justin Herbert. Like Jameis he been throwing many yards, man. That ain't nothing new. 4,000, 5,000 yards. That's nothing new.
We gave y'all that clip because it tells you how this national media is very fickle. They pick and choose what they want to follow.
Facts.
And this is just the most recent one that I found about them praising the Saints and Jameis Winston, because a lot of Saints fans feel like they're not getting their fair share. If you go search NFC South stuff or NFC division when they're talking about the stuff, go look at it. You'll find Pro Football Talk. You'll find Chris Sims. Chris Sims was talking about don't sleep on Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston in the Saints. That's what he said. Do not sleep on the lead Jameis Winston. Like, where they do that at, Mike?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Look, I've known DJ for many years. What, 7, maybe 8 years now, something like that.
8, 9 years for that.
So I've known him since they've had Jameis. And he's been saying this about Jameis the entire time. And everybody was throwing this man under the bus. DJ, you said it, but I don't want to repeat what you said. I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. It's just crazy, dog. It's crazy how the narrative is just, but that's what I'm telling you. That lets you know how the NFL feels about the New Orleans Saints. So I guess that's my only gripe with the Saints, is because they feel like they don't get their just due. But they get their just due. If you can get a guy by the name of Jameis Winston, for people to just all of a sudden say all these positive things about this young man, it's only because of the team he's on. Miss me with this.
Oh, you're 100% right. Tom Brady's the only person that could have came to Tampa and turned the face of Tampa. Down, come in a win and all, and yeah. I mean, it's that simple. The media is funny as fuck. I mean, the way they switch narratives for certain people,
right?
Like before Tom Brady, 13 years, no playoffs. We're one of the laughing stocks of the NFL. Now we're one of the hottest places to come, even probably after Tom Brady leaves. I mean, we got now Todd Bowles, which through the league many people love and is gonna want to be around, especially from a defensive standpoint, want to come here. I mean, it's just crazy in 3 years of what this team has become. And like I said, when Jameis is being made fun of as what he's been, 30 for 30, like I said, all the little allegations, bullshit. Oh, we going back to allegations. Deshaun Watson, you know what? I ain't gonna go there. But it's just funny how the things just switch that fast. And I just caught this stuff, and I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had people literally when that 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, 5,000 yard season. It was like, this is the best of Jameis Winston. He's never going to be better than this. I mean, you had Max Kellerman killing him, Stephen A. Smith killing him. Go find their shows now talking about the Saints and Jameis Winston.
Yep.
You would have acted like that shit never happened. And he's only played what, Mike? Let's just be, like I said, I'm going to be fair. He played 7 games.
Yep.
He was 15-4. And that's it. Not a complete season.
Yeah.
But they're using that to say that this man's everything they've said prior to him has now automatically changed. No, motherfucker, because he's been doing that shit his entire career, but y'all ain't want to acknowledge certain shit because y'all wanted to continue to run the narrative because it was a cute one that people love to attach themselves to. So, fucking muted.
Well, we've kind of said this too, though, dog. We felt like Jameis was due for I mean, let's look around the division. You got a couple number ones. Baker Mayfield, Jameis Winston, and a number 2 in Marcus Mariota, and then you got the Tom Brady, the GOAT. Out of those quarterbacks, who is the best? Like, let's just be real. Like, the throwing ability, arm strength, arm talent as a quarterback, mobile, escapability. Just put it all together. Who's the better of those 3?
I mean, it's Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
So I can't. So right. So people are finally taking a chance to look. Okay, dang. Well, Jameis doesn't have Matt Ryan. Jameis doesn't have Drew Brees. Jameis doesn't have Cam Newton. He's in a division where the only quarterback that's better than him is Tom Brady.
It's the 45-year-old. One more. It's the last year, as it stands right now, with Tom Brady in this division.
Mm-hmm. That can be scary.
Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, this is their last year.
Yep.
We're probably going to make videos in this in the future, but I'm going to preview it right now. I don't give a F what Baker Mayfield does as now being named the starter, which we'll probably get into that a little later. He's not coming back next year. This is a 1-year rental. What I'm looking at, unless he got to explode for him to grasp his offense and just hit the ground. Everything's against Baker Mayfield for coming in mid off season. And like I said, unless he just comes in here and just blows the water off of y'all, because that's a hell of a commitment, Mike. You talk about all your young players that y'all trying to develop. You got to re-sign coming up. If you re-sign a quarterback and Baker's not taking a hometown discount, he going to want that max deal. Or he knows he's going to get it from somebody else.
Hey, who he going to get it from for 1? For 2?
We're talking about if he has like a hell of a season.
If he has a hell of a season, then that means maybe. You're right. But I don't know. I got to check out because I don't know if you get traded, does your 5th-year option go away? The 5th-year option is there, but do you have the option to franchise tag? You can franchise tag, right? Because y'all did that to Shaq Barrett. So why couldn't we use the franchise on him?
Damn, that franchise is probably about $40 million now.
Nah, it's not. I looked it up. It's like
35.
Nah, it was in the 20s.
I don't even sound like the average though. It's some of the average. I think you're a little low ball, especially with these new contracts. And some of them are in the 40s. Matt Ryan, Patrick Mahomes are in the 40s. Dak might be in the middle of his contract now, getting to the 40s. Kirk Cousins in the high 30s. So that averages out probably into the 30s.
Okay, yeah, it's 31.
Yeah,
31.5. It was 23 with this range. 23, yeah. So it's 31. That's the projected now. I don't know what it was and what you call it.
But sure, you're a wild guy, bro.
Even if it's for, even if it's for 1 year, do we do it?
Right.
So
now you have that Matt Corral coming back, being able to soak a whole offense up, just sitting in the weeds. I mean, I know probably what you saw this preseason makes you a little nervous, but first year player, right? You know the intangibles with him. Like I said, there's gonna be videos on this. We're just I guess previewing this.
Yeah.
But it's something you gotta look at with y'all. But as of right now,
right,
set for next year is Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota.
And the only one, and set for next year for us, the only player on the roster is Matt Corral on an active contract.
It's Blaine Gabbert for us, and then Kyle Trask. Because right now Blaine Gabbert is number 2. So it'll be Blaine Gabbert, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota,
Desmond Ridder.
Or is it that? I mean, did he sign 1 year or
Desmond Ridder?
No, Marcus Mariota.
Nah, he's there too.
Yeah, I think it's 2. Okay, so yeah, Marcus Mariota and Matt Corral.
Right.
Jameis Winston easily becomes the best quarterback in this division.
There you go. So that's why Saints fans, in my opinion, that's why they feel the way they feel. They're like, shoot, yeah, Tom might be here, but shoot, Tom getting old. Look at that offensive line. We building. We still got this defense. We still got this defensive-minded coach. And we got more weapons, better weapons for Jameis than what he had the year before. Now, the difference is their offensive line's not the same.
And they're not as powerful as they used to be with Drew Brees. I think many of us can agree on that. Tyron Armstead gone. They lost guards. I mean, they used to replace them like they were nothing. Like Carl Nix and stuff like that. They had a couple of players inside that it was nothing. Eric McCoy is still a good player. Ryan Ramczyk, he's a good player. But as you talk about our inside, them guards are trash. And now the left tackle, they don't even know what the hell to do. You know, they got Penning out there. Everybody praising him like he looked good. Go watch the tape. That kid looks trash. James Hurst is pretty good pass blocker, not very powerful in the run. So that offensive line is very shaky. Still got Alvin Kamara. And now they got the heralded best wide receiving core in the NFL. One-legged slant boy. The ghost Chris Olave of the preseason so far. He had 1 catch or 2 catches all of preseason.
Yeah,
he was out there. I'm not putting a lot on preseason, but I mean, look, I would expect one explosive play. I would at least target the dude down the field. You know what I'm saying? One time. Just
he got reps.
He can run.
He got reps.
And nothing of it. And then Jarvis Landry old ass. But everybody and their mama as of the last couple of weeks have been, I mean, you can go find Skip and Shannon. I think they talked about a couple months ago that Saints are taking this division. I mean, it's a lot of that noise right now. And I ain't with it because they ain't ready.
I know Skip ain't saying that. Skip is a Brady guy, so he's rocking with y'all all the way.
Shannon that said it then.
It had to be Shannon because Skip is a Brady guy. He's rocking with you. The Brady Bunch.
I know it pisses y'all Panther fans off because, you know, we be on here, we talk, we look at y'all roster. Mike over here with the 12-5 prediction.
We gotta redo that, dog. We gotta do right before the season starts. We gotta do another one, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's do a video on that because I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how that happened.
And now the media. I mean, shoot. As a Panther fan, if I'm a Panther fan, I'm sitting back like, oh, they lost their head coach. They lost. You know, this is the second year now with Drew Brees gone, and we ascending too. Just because they ascending, we doing the same damn thing. Like I said, I've been hearing it with y'all. Y'all excited with it?
Yeah, man. We got the most tenured head coach in the division. 3 years, 3 seasons.
That's very true. That's very true. But we have some of the more tenured coaching staff people here, coordinators that are now head coaches and stuff like that have been in this division, already established their systems. But I get what you're saying.
We got the most tenured head coach. Well, I mean, we got a fast young defense. We got playmakers. I think we can compete. I really do. I don't see why. And I understand, man. The Saints is historical, like we mentioned before. They got Jameis Winston, who we talked about 3 too long. Oh, man, they be killing Bad Rule. I just, it's just, I don't know, man. I got a very good feeling about us playing against Jameis.
Right.
We've always done well against Jameis, and he has a problem with how we play. And I love the way our defense is set, especially the secondary. So this is even going to be harder for him. If we can get any kind of pressure. But anyway, that's why I just feel like if we can go up against, I'm not saying he won't get one. I just like our odds against Jameis Winston. I don't give a damn if he in New Orleans.
All right. Well, found it interesting. We spent a good amount of time on this. We want to move on to the next thing, which there was a report emerging about Tom Brady. Apparently, Dana White, UFC, which look, I don't know how a UFC guy got NFL news. Maybe because he's in cahoots with the Raiders because they are now in Vegas, and I think that was part of the time of the deal and all that stuff going on. And apparently, the Raiders wanted Tom Brady the year that he was free agent before the BUCS got him. Mike, we played a video. We'll probably play it again, but I'll get it started because everybody might not have been in here.
Well,
basically, the deal was
let's play it. Let's play it.
Go ahead, play it.
Yeah, let's play it.
In free agency, one of the teams, they were interested, and all of a sudden they weren't interested at the very end.
Let me start it.
Story in free agency, one of the teams, they were interested, and all of a sudden they weren't interested at the very end. I was sitting there thinking, you're sticking with that motherfucker? Are you serious?
Tom probably had no desire to go to that team, but now it's like, why don't you want me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I look back, I'm like, I just don't fucking way I would have went to that team. But they said they didn't want me, and I know what that means. I know what that feels like, and I'm gonna fuck you up because of that.
So if you don't watch the job, oh okay,
I'm gonna let you get into it, but I hate Tampa Tom, but I love Tampa Tom, y'all. My bad. Go ahead, D. I'm sorry. Tampa Tom is different, dog.
So basically, this video was recorded on The Shop. Many of us know it, LeBron Show. This is probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago now.
Right.
Nobody knew who he was talking about. There was so much speculation. Who was Tom talking about that wanted him, changed their mind? And I remember it was like San Fran because that's where he's from, and that's what people were trying to say. And there's jokes about Jimmy Garoppolo, like they're trying to keep that motherfucker over Tom Brady, all that stuff, whatever. And as of I think a couple of days ago or yesterday, it came out that Dana White, I think it was an ESPN reporter, Mike Florio broke it, saying that there was a deal from the Raiders to land Tom Brady and get Rob Gronkowski to come to the Raiders. And the deal blew up because of John Gruden. John Gruden was like, F that, I don't want him. He stood by Derek Carr. If you really want to put it the way you want to put it, he said that's basically it sounds like that's was his quarterback, and I'm riding with this kid. I think it's funny because Mike is the biggest Derek Carr lover in that.
No,
division.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Biggest Derek Carr lover.
No, I'm not.
And the greatest of all time was like, y'all gonna keep that motherfucker? Y'all keep that motherfucker over me? And Mike over here, I mean, if y'all didn't see our predictions, we're gonna post them again. Not this game.
Yes.
We'll start. Mike think that the Raiders are gonna take that division. Or is a second, one of the two. And I have them fourth. You heard the way Tom talked about him. I also tweeted out about him. Tom Brady that year, 2021 or 22. 2020, when we played the Raiders, we beat them 45-20. That was Tom Brady's best game of the season. That was his highest passer rating, most completions, tied for the most touchdowns he threw that season. Happened all in that game. You heard him at the end where he said he was gonna fuck them up. He literally did that. Only Tom Brady got
Yes,
them.
that's the Jordan in him, dog. That's why he's the GOAT. That is why he is the greatest of all time, is because of his determination, his will, his greatness to win, man. It's greater than anybody else on the football field. And people that play with him say the exact same thing about him, man. It just echoes that. I mean, forget that, dog. I am not the biggest Derek Carr fan. We're going to get that thing out there now. I wanted to say that first. You got me caught up in the Tom thing because I actually like Tom. I've always liked Tom. I've never been the guy that didn't like Tom Brady. That's just been me. I haven't always liked the Patriots, but, you know, I rocks with Tom. I think he's a heck of a quarterback, man. But I believe that if it wasn't Patrick Mahomes, and I wouldn't even say Patrick, but if it wasn't Aaron Rodgers, I don't think it was anybody else in the NFL, any other quarterback, maybe Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I was about to say Russ.
I have Russ and Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers on my mind. Other than those, everybody else was getting the same treatment. Everybody. If it was the Carolina Panthers, he would have hung 60 on us. If it was the Pittsburgh Steelers, he would have felt that you're going to keep Big Ben over me? He going to hang 40 on him. He was coming. It didn't matter who it was. So I ain't going to give me that mess about Derek Carr, man. It could have been anybody in the NFL. Tom was going to say that. You keeping him over me? I'm the GOAT.
Yeah, I had to get on Mike about that, man. That was, you know, because it was something that we talked about not too long ago. This report came out, and I just automatically, I thought about that shop episode, and I was like, that's who that motherfucker was talking about.
Yeah.
And it just so lined up is with the quarterback that I think would rather throw the ball out of bounds than try to win a game and give this team a chance to win. But I digress. We can move back to the NFC South and the preseason games coming up.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Let's talk about our rankings real quick. This was our way too early divisional rankings. Yeah, man. I'm gonna just do that. I have the BUCS winning the division, Carolina coming in second, New Orleans in third, and the Falcons last. This is interesting for me. This division, man, is I think it's gonna be hard. I don't know if Atlanta can have enough yet. That's the only reason why I have them fourth, but I respect the hell out of that coach, dog. I do. I like him.
I put you on, dog.
Yeah, I like Tennessee, but you were right. You were right. I like him. And if it comes down to being able to out-coach, Matt, they got 7 last year, dog. They got 7 last year. I don't know, man. This is tough for me. I'm still sticking with it. I still believe it's going to play out, but I can really see 3 teams making the playoffs out of this division, dog.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean that way. We did our playoff predictions. I had the Commanders squeaking in, not because I thought they're a great team or nothing like that. I just think their road was a little better playing their own division, and I think they had like the AFC the worst AFC division.
Yeah, the South.
But now that I'm looking at this, we got to see 2 preseason games. Look, I'm not jumping out of the ring over preseason games. The Atlanta Falcons have played this preseason a little different than I think the other 3 teams and how all of us are going into this next preseason game, right? They have played Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder, and we're probably going to do a video on this because I think there's a real conversation from ability standpoint of what each one of them offer, of which one you want to run your style of offense. I can see why they have Marcus Mariota as the starter, but I also can see that they're going to be grooming Desmond Ridder to take over because of just his the way he commands. It seems like the huddle, when he hits the field, his throws. I mean, he's making NFL throws with confidence. He's probably the best looking quarterback I've seen. We can say maybe in 2 years, Mike. Like I said, I might be jumping a little bit early on him. I know he's a player I really like coming out the draft, but if Desmond Ridder stays on the trajectory he's going to be a hell of a player. And I think Marcus Mariota is just here to set it up for him and Arthur Smith. Put it that way. But I ain't worried about the Falcons. But it's something I obviously had to notice and say, because I'm watching, motherfuckers. I'm watching what y'all doing. Still don't like y'all defense. I like your coach, but I don't like your defense. Think y'all got shredded by the damn Detroit Lions that first week, which is a preseason game. But like I said, I've watched two. They haven't stopped a lot of things these first 2 weeks. And I think it's going to carry over into the season because they got to get pressure. They were the worst team with pressure, and I think they're going to struggle with that again. Yep. I think they're still going to be fourth in this division, and I think where I'm at with mine, I'm going to stick with.
Yeah, they're going to play hard. I will say that. The only thing I'm not changing mine either, DJ. I think we're pretty solid. The one we disagree on is the one we're going to continue to disagree on until
the season.
Until it comes out. So, and that goes to say, man, you got them second, and that's the topic, man. We want to know from y'all. Interact with us. Do y'all believe that the New Orleans Saints will take back the crown and be the divisional champs of the NFC South? As you see, it's a big hell to the no for me.
Nah, and they still blow leads. I mean, so do the Panthers. If y'all get even leads. So relax, Trill. Just saying. I ain't defending nobody with my Bucks, but once again, I'm paying attention to what's going on in this division. And this is a bunch of BS, dog. Like, we're taking this division.
I'm trying to understand this whole. Yeah, let's get into that. What you mean still blowing lead? It's a whole new season. If we get the lead. So, it's a whole new season. I know you ain't talking because of preseason.
Oh, nah, hell no. I ain't paying attention to that.
I'm about to say.
I barely been. Honestly, this is the first week I'm going to really sit down live and watch these games. I usually watch the condensed versions, and I just watch it just to watch it. But this is the dress rehearsals for many teams. The reason why I were mentioning the Falcons. Oh shit!
Speaking of the Falcons,
yeah. I mean,
you talking about blowing leads?
Yeah, they the ones that. Yeah, I mean that's a name. That's a staple on them because they haven't been back anywhere close to that since that happened. They went I think one more time after that to the playoffs, and it's been downtrading since then. But the Falcons have played. It seems like a good amount of starters these first two games, opposed to what everybody else is doing in our division.
Right.
Baker and Sam are quote unquote were in a quarterback battle, which I think many of us were just Matt Rule saying this just to make competition, but we know Baker didn't come here to be a backup to Sam Darnold. So now that he said that he's officially the starter, which we all expected, you're officially going to be playing, reps this game. This is going to be your starting team with reps, right? I mean, I know DJ saw it. I'll let you go into that. DJ Robbie's having little issues, and you can also go into the whole Robbie offseason if you want to, because it's a very interesting offseason for Robbie altogether.
Well, all right, DJ's fine. One thing we're gonna know about DJ is if DJ's sitting out, it's due to Coach Rule and them pulling him out just and saying, chill out, man. We're gonna give you a little bit of Christian McCaffrey treatment. DJ practices and he plays. That's something that we don't have to worry about with DJ. Now, TMJ.
Oh, shit.
Too much jaw. That's a different story. DJ, are we going to pull it out now? Or are we going to save it for the video?
I guess stay tuned if you want to. Yeah, we plan on making a video about that.
Stay tuned.
I know we about 40 minutes in. I know we want to, maybe preview these preseason games that we're expecting. Yeah. Get your popcorn, because I think the BUCS, who haven't played really anybody at all, are going to play majority of the starters. I mean, basically our front seven, nobody has played this entire preseason.
Right.
Are our weapons and our quarterback on offense haven't played the entire preseason. Lenny touched the ball a little bit last week, but he's the only one. Everybody else from Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage, Julio Jones, Tom Brady, we ain't seen them. Expect to see a quarter to a half for all that. Excited to see that. Tristan Wirfs, Donovan Smith, we ain't see none of that. Carolina Panthers, I'm expecting to see Christian McCaffrey out there, let him get hit. What?
It ain't happening.
What? So y'all gonna wait until week 1 for his first hit? Not even just like a series. I think it's gonna be a lot, but wow.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you that straight up. That is not gonna happen. Not until week 1.
So they're gonna wait till week 1 for him to get hurt.
Well, I mean, is that what they're gonna do? I mean, it could happen in preseason. So you never know. But nah, he's gonna take enough hits, so he is not going to play.
Interesting.
Friday. And well, let's go ahead. We'll just go ahead and do the quick little Panthers thing too, man. Excited, like you said, you wanted Christian McCaffrey. Not gonna happen. We do know that the Buffalo Bills will not be playing their starters.
I saw that.
So to me, I don't care. It ain't even about them. It's about us.
Fuck them. I mean, they're about to win that Super Bowl. I mean, they're on Super Bowl vibe right now.
Absolutely. So it doesn't even matter to me if they're starting or not. We need reps against another opponent. So however that works out, it works out. So I'm excited, man. Our defense is going to play. Everybody's supposed to play. Shaq Thompson is back off the pup. He's been practicing. From what I'm hearing, looking good. Just getting back in shape. Conditioning, even though he's been doing some. Looking forward to seeing him out there. J.C. Horn, C.J. Henderson, Derek Brown. That's a player we haven't seen all preseason.
That's interesting, too. He's a young player, too.
Very interesting. So I'm excited to see him because I want to keep a close eye on what he's doing. For what I'm hearing, people are going to be in for a treat. It's year 3. This is the year that it usually clicks, DJ. So excited to see that. Frankly, well, all our defensive players. Offensively, we're going to be going with the same running backs we've been going with. So C-Mac will not be playing. The offensive line is going to get many reps, probably go into the half, maybe first quarter. I know they're probably going to the half because they want to give Sam some reps, but Sam's not competing anymore, so I don't know how they're going to do that. But Baker's going to get a quarter. Sam's going to get a quarter or 2. PJ is going to finish off. So,
that's what it looks like. I'm. When he told me that, we didn't talk about this. I'm shocked. Honestly, I'm not. I understand I'm not a Panther fan. I haven't watched everything with training camp. I know he got plenty of reps. He's looking good. He's been full go as far as Mike's been telling me. It's just very interesting when you're throwing out. I mean, you're throwing out your probably what's going to be your starting line to start the season. You're throwing out your quarterback, which everything runs. I mean, that's the most important quarterback. I mean, important position in the NFL. But you're holding out Christian McCaffrey. Let him just, like I said, I can understand if you let him get 2 series and then come back with Hubbard, let him take the rest of the way with the starters or something like that. Just let the man get hit, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna wait for 2 weeks when these other teams, who y'all play again? Y'all play the Browns. I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do. I'm very interested to see how they're gonna approach this game. Or are they gonna put theirs out there and just, I don't know. Like I said, I just think it's very interesting that you're gonna
because we haven't seen Jacoby Brissett, we haven't seen Nick Chubb, we haven't seen those guys either.
Right.
So it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, C-Mac's not playing. And I'm not against it. I don't think he played. I mean, that don't say much because he got hurt, but I'm not against him, man. If he don't play, he don't play. He's getting hit in practice. He's learning the holes and reading the deep offensive line. I think he'll be fine. He doesn't have a red jersey on in practice, but he ain't getting thumped.
Yeah, right. He's not getting full hits because it's not a game, And that you can only get that, what I'm saying, in a game.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I just think it's very interesting approach. See how it works.
I know. I do too. I agree. I think he should at least play a series or 2. But so the wide receivers, I ain't gonna, I'm excited to see that. We'll see about Robbie. He was dealing with a quad. He was at practice today. He should be ready to play. If not, well. Sean
Not
Smith is
Mr.
going to play.
Robbie. Not Mr. Robbie.
We can talk about Robbie because the video we're going to do is.
We don't talk about him, but with the Instagram post, like I said, we're not going to dump into him. He over here telling everybody, checking him out. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get that video. Like I said, look out for the Robbie video.
We got out because I was
going to get that. I'm going to get that video where he was talking cash shit.
Yeah.
Everything on the sideline, man. Shit. That ain't Robbie. You better watch out. You got Higgins, Shi Smith, Shining, Matt Rule. Like you said, look at Skinny getting excited when he talking about them players.
Yeah.
But Robbie, his book. No, I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah, let's leave it alone. We got a video coming for it. So that's it. I'm excited to see the starters play. We haven't really seen it, so that's what I'm excited to see. So, yeah. We got the Saints, man. The Saints play at 8 o'clock same day, Friday.
An hour later. Yep. So I get an hour of the Carolina Panthers before I move over to the Saints.
Right. So if you want to watch the first half, the starters and all of that, you can get a good look at them and go on to the Saints if you want to. Or if not, you can stay if you're a Panthers fan and watch the Saints later.
Right.
However you want to do, but that's how I'm going to do. I'm going to move from that game to the Saints and kind of go back and forth. I'm going to have both of them up on TV.
I might do a picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, so I know. Who the Saints got, man? I forgot who they got. The Chargers. They got the Chargers.
Yeah. They got
Chargers gonna play. We ain't seen Justin either.
That's another matchup that I'm ready to see and look at because the Chargers have gotten a lot of hype. I ain't gonna lie, I'm on that train a little bit looking at their roster. Justin Herbert as a quarterback, the way he's been progressing his career, I can honestly see it. He was my favorite quarterback coming out that draft, so he is somebody that I like to see. I was upset when they fired the former coach. I thought they were going the right direction. It's continued on with the new coach, and where can it go now? Improve defense. I wonder if they're going to put that all out there because that would be a really good test for the Saints, who I expect to come out there and play a little bit. I'm expecting a little bit of Alvin Kamara. I'm expecting Jameis Winston. I'm expecting some Jarvis Landry, which they keep showing his one-hand catches in practice. Put that motherfucker on the field, please. They love showing Jarvis Landry like he like the reincarnated 23, 24 Jarvis Landry. Put that man on the field, please. I'm tired of all that look at Jarvis Landry do this, or Michael Thomas. Look at that slant he just ran. He hurt. He got an injury. He's still dealing with stuff.
Right.
Look out for a video about that in Christian McCaffrey. We got more for you.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this game because I want to see the starters, especially on both sides. Hopefully they play some of them. I want to see Jameis out there.
I want to see the safeties.
They ain't gonna play. Well, I ain't gonna say that.
Tyrann Mathieu and Marcus May ain't gonna play?
I ain't gonna say that.
What they
I think I saw Marcus May already, I thought.
Yep.
I thought I seen him already. So yeah, they'll probably get some reps in, man. And yeah, I want to see what that defense secondary gonna do against the receivers and the playmakers for the Chargers, man. It should be a good game, and let's see what Jameis can do. Can he hold up? Can that offensive line hold up against them pass rushers? I don't know if Joey Bosa and them gonna play though.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to watch and see what's being played for both of those teams. Like we said, we got, after this preseason game, all teams have 2 weeks. That's why I'm very shocked when y'all say y'all ain't gonna put C-Mac out there. 2 weeks, take your little hits in this third preseason game, get in the ice box and get ready for the season. Callous your body a little bit. What they say back in the day, getting these preseason games to callous your body and get ready for this 17-game stretch in the postseason possibly. So, that's 8 o'clock. And then the last 2 games, Saturday.
Yeah, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, we don't.
Sunday, right?
Saturday, we got the Falcons versus the Jags at 3.
So, yeah.
So they've been playing their starters, I think, this whole preseason. Don't stop now. They might have some sorry-ass opponents, but they've been looking pretty decent against them sorry opponents. So we'll see.
But that's what I'm saying, though, dog. Everybody they've played, DJ, You got the Detroit Lions. Oh, my bad. The Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions. Echo. Nah, man, for real.
What else, dog?
Yeah, Baker's leading the league in interceptions since. So did Peyton Manning. Didn't Peyton Manning do that? Like most number one overall drafted quarterbacks do that. Didn't Jameis do that?
Well, I knew that was coming. Here you go.
That's usually what happens. But anyway, the Falcons played the Lions, the Jets, and the Jags. Where did they draft? Was it 1, 2, and 3? Come on, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how they turn out. And I ain't fooling with you. I'm just, ain't no excuses. I mean, it is what it is, bro. Peyton Manning had way more interceptions. This man had the same. Look, don't get me there. I think Cam Newton had 2 less interceptions than Baker Mayfield during the same time frame. Not the same time, but his allotted 4 years, 3 to 4 years. Had the same amount of, I think it was 2 less. So, I mean, these first overall pick quarterbacks, man, it be like that. It be like that. Rookie did. You can say excuses all you want to.
This is year 5 for Baker. This is when that transition starts to happen, right?
Yeah.
All right.
The transition happens. But yeah. So, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting that they played all bottom feeders. But maybe that's to help get their confidence going into the season. I don't know. But we'll see. I'm gonna watch that game. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because this is supposed to be an ascending team. You know, it was a dumpster fire last year. They fired the coach. Did he even go back to college? Like, he's not coaching at all right now?
Nah, he somewhere partying.
Yeah, he back at that bar groping young girls while his wife there and stuff.
Yeah,
white people be doing weird shit. I mean, anyway,
what's going on? Falcon fan, rise up.
Riley, what's going on? Yes, yeah. You just talked about your little Falcons and how they've been approaching the preseason.
Yeah.
Very different from a lot of teams in this division. Do I think it's going to get y'all from being 4th in this division this year? Hell no. But I appreciate the way y'all doing it. I appreciate y'all picking up my boy Desmond Ridder, who I liked a lot. They're looking good. And yeah, you can look at it and say, yeah, maybe the Falcons might be legit. They were 5-10 last year. So can they? And it seems like, Arthur Smith, like, no, F that. We coming in this season, everybody playing, and we hitting the ground running. First game of the season, F that. Somebody get hurt. Oh, and guess what? They've been very healthy for how many players they've been playing.
Yeah, very healthy.
So that's something to be noted as well. So
very healthy.
The 3rd preseason games, I haven't heard a lot of issues. I know Drake London got that little issue, 1st round pick, but outside of that, pretty good.
Yeah, so I like DJ and I both said, man, we've liked what Atlanta's done, man. I mean, you take their first unit offensively, they've been able to move the ball. Even when they come in with Desmond Ridder, they've been able to move the ball. How their receivers are going to be, it's going to be interesting. I still want to see how some of them can, what they're going to look like against more talented players.
Yeah, because they're running butt ass naked open against the Jets. I don't know what the hell the Jets were doing against the Falcons, and that might be scheme, which teams don't usually scheme in the preseason. If y'all were scheming to get that shit open, kudos to y'all, I guess, because they were running ass naked open. I saw Kyle Pitts straight manhandle a corner. Hey, like I said,
they're gonna be interesting, man. I think you're gonna have to play them I think you're gonna have to play them. I think you're gonna have to hit them early. Down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna lay down. So you got.
You been watching Arthur Smith pressers? Like, he's pissed.
Yeah, I know. He was pissed on the sideline. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's a fiery guy. That's like, I'm not Matt Rule. We're not gonna be getting in.
Here you go with this.
We ain't gonna be fourth in division. We ain't gonna lay. I came from Tennessee. We be busting heads in Tennessee. He trying to come here, and he is not listening to y'all Carolina BS. Y'all just gonna get out the basement and pass the Atlanta Falcons after he got a 7-10 season. I hear you, Falcons. I hear you, Riley. I hear y'all. Y'all keeping them Panthers in the basement. Yup, Sea-Dog. They real. Yup, look. They on shock, folks. We're watching. Like, I see it. I don't think y'all going to beat us. Y'all didn't beat us in 2 seasons. I don't see that changing. I don't see it changing. I still don't rush the passer right now.
Yeah. I just think
change.
I just think their defense isn't where it needs to be yet. So that's where their struggles are going to come from, like you mentioned earlier, DJ. But we'll see, man. I'm not sleeping on them. Ain't no way in the world I'm sleeping on. I have liked what I've seen from them. Much better than what I thought they would be.
Yep, but the roster ain't there yet. But we will be watching.
Dog, we should have drafted Ritter.
That's an interesting conversation. That's something you can watch because now you got 2 quarterbacks that have been drafted around the same time in the same division.
Yep.
Of Ritter and Corral. So what is that? That's the Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston situation. That's the, whatever other quarterbacks, the Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of can be the Ritter Corral thing because now they're in the same division. So it's going to be interesting.
Split with the BUCS this year. Everybody's saying split with the BUCS, man. I feel like we're going to split with the BUCS. We all can't split with the BUCS, can we?
I'm about to say,
they're going to sweep the BUCS. And if we split with the BUCS, then that's 2 wins for the BUCS. Somebody going to have to get swept. And according to Sea-Dog, it's Carolina. Buccaneers sweeping us again 3rd year in a row.
My man, you're right. I'm telling you, I ain't ready yet.
All blood, man. That's what all it is. He like them red team,
dog. Like Matt Rule is still trying to figure out this NFL shit, and I'm telling you, he's starting. Like you said yourself, Mike. You see him growing. He has a lot of growing to do to get where he needs to be, in my opinion. So
I think he got a better competent coaching staff, man.
That's all you can say.
I think the coaching staff around is better.
He got to manage a roster.
He knows how. He's built a very talented roster. You can't tell me this one not one of the most talented teams in the division. I guess that's why you give us a slight edge over the Falcons, even though we finished 4th. It was because the roster you believe is better.
Only reason.
Yeah.
Only reason right now. So this is, like I said, it's going to be a fun season. I think when this is all said and done, when we're in here in January, there's a good chance we could be sitting here saying the NFC South is the best division in the NFC.
Right.
That's something that is realistic if things kind of play out the way we see it playing out. Tom Brady over Matt Rule and anything. He took a play over his coach.
Look, he is your entertainment, boy. I swear.
This joke you been heard about it.
Yeah, because he is an undercover Atlanta fan, man. Nah.
He just like, yo.
No, he
all right. Trill.
Well, hold no, set the stage. Set the stage now.
You gotta appreciate Sea-Dog as what he is, right? I mean, he can't be optimistic. From everything I've seen from Sea-Dog so far, it's hard for him to be optimistic. He's heard this story year after year after year after year. He watched the team go 4-0 or whatever the hell it was, then go to a downtrend. I mean, you're talking about purging the entire team to bringing in a college coach, which I guarantee Sea-Dog wasn't a big fan of Matt Rule coming here. You got your trifling ass owner. And now this new regime and ownership is here, and he had to watch a 5-11 team and a 5-12 team, Atlanta Falcons team that just got a head coach too, go ahead of y'all last year. Like, I'm just saying, this is all facts. I'm not hating. This is exactly what happened with y'all team. You brought in different quarterbacks. You brought Tate to be the bridge gap. You got rid of him. Brought back, I'm back, and you gave up a bunch of draft picks for a Sam Darnold. Like, come on, like, ride this wave with me for a second. And Sam Darnold now is doodle juice, hasn't done nothing, soft, all that stuff. And you know it yourself. You don't like Sam no more. You try to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now you had to use another draft pick to bring in Baker Mayfield mid-offseason. I understand it's only a 5th pick, but you add that into what you've already done with quarterbacks. That's like 5 picks that you've given up to try to get a quarterback to be decent. And then we didn't even get into Brady, bringing in everybody's looking for that next young coordinator, and how that was a straight fail. Matt Rule brought him in. Ben McAdoo, nice little pickup, an actual formidable offensive coordinator in the NFL. So this is from probably C-Dog's perspective. He's like, I'm tired of this shit. Show me why I should believe the hype, the talent, everything that's on this team. C-Dog, if I'm wrong, you can shoot me down. But if I'm right, just be like, thumbs up, whatever.
Oh, he know you preaching right now. He rolling him up a fatty. He done hit that thing so hard, he about to choke. He like, this nigga preaching. The only thing I would say about that, DJ, this is not the topic. This ain't the topic. This is not the topic. But since we here,
that got real, man. Had to go there, dog.
Since we here, I have a problem with Matt Rule taking blame for years prior to him. That's my issue. It's been 2 years. All right, let's think about this for a minute. You come into an organization with a franchise quarterback and a franchise defensive, just future Hall of Famer. Not first ballot, but a future Hall of Famer. Even though they probably give him first ballot because anyway. And Luke Kuechly. And the year you get there, you lose both of them. Cam you don't have, Luke you don't have. So who's next on this roster? Well, CMC. Well, you lose him too for majority of the games. You came out with a losing record. What's expected? You competed and played very hard. The year prior to that, Greg Olsen was just having a daggone interview talking about Ron Rivera and the team just playing around and he lost the locker room. But yet we gonna put this all on Matt Rule. Matt Rule had to change the culture. This defense was one of the worst defenses in the NFL that last year before he got there. And he turned it around in not 2 years, 1 year. And now 2 years have gone by. DJ said it himself. He don't know how it's going to play out. But what he liked about the team was the defense was disciplined, and it reminded him of Tampa. Now, did he do the offense? No, the offense he was expected to do. He tried to do it through free agency. That didn't happen right. Okay? You got to learn from your mistakes. He tried to do it that way, and our offense was one of the worst last year. So you try to make moves to make it better. I guess that's just where I'm at. I'm like, I can't fault Matt Rule because Cam Newton's no longer here. I can't fault Matt Rule because Luke Kuechly is no longer here. I can't fault Matt Rule for all the stuff that transpired before the last 2 years. Now, if he's just frustrated for the 2 years, then doggone it, DJ, I'm with it. But I known C-Dog around, Panther Nation, this and that. We ain't talked as much except probably the last, year or two, for real, once Matt Rule got here. But I done seen him around, man. I'm telling you, it's a lot of Panther fans are just so hungry for the desire of winning that everything that transpired, that 15-1 season, and then we kind of went from boo-boo from that on. That is not Matt Rule's fault. Just give the man an opportunity. That's all I've been saying. Just give the man an opportunity. He's had 2 years. If he can't get it done this year, then y'all can say what you want to say about it. I just know he got hired for 7 years for a reason, man. That's all. And Phil Snow is doing a hell of a job. Very well respected in the NFL. I'm not buying that shit, C-Dog. And I don't even say them kind of words like that on here like that. They got me frustrated. If one person get me frustrated on the NBC, dog, but I ain't got nothing but love for you, dog.
Man, I'm just playing devil's advocate, and I can see where C-Dog's coming from. It's like, show me, right? He's not doing the whole, the Panthers have a chance to go to the playoffs when they can't even get me close to 500. That's where probably C-Dog coming from, right?
Well, that's fine, man, but okay, my bad, you got the phone.
He can easily look at a team that y'all have owned. Y'all have owned them, right? Not going to take nothing away from that. But the trajectory from the moment, and the team I'm talking about is the Arizona Cardinals. I don't want to rile up C-Dog any more than he already probably gets. But that was a college coach, right? Mediocre at best. He comes into the NFL. His team that he came to was 3-13 that he walked into. Okay. After that, 5-10, right? First year, 5-10. Matt Rule, 5-10. Second year, 8-8. Matt Rule, second year, 5-12.
Right.
Last year, 11-6. Mediocre coach from the college. Now, do we know what's
10-7. This year, Matt Rule, 10-7.
Okay, yeah. That's your expectation. But you've been on the boat saying that if Matt Rule gets that 8 wins, 9 wins, he should keep his job.
Absolutely. And I'm still saying
it. I feel you, C. I feel you, Trill. I can only go off of what he came off here and saying. It just seems like he's more of a pessimistic Panther fan. Which at this point, why can't he be that? I dealt with a team 13 years, right? I was a little pessimistic, but I was more on the positive, especially when Jameis Winston came to our team. I thought we started making strides with trying to replace stuff. I knew, Mike, I would say, me and him became friends. He started putting me on to the coaching. He start paying attention to coaching in the NFL. And when I started doing that, going from Greg Schiano to only Lovey getting a year there, to then going to Dirk Cutter and be like, it don't matter what my roster looks like. It don't. And until we brought Bruce Arians bringing actual, tenured NFL coaches to this team is where we're seeing what we're seeing right now. You know what I'm saying? And since it's been that, it's been hard for me to sit back and not see it the same way as kind of C-Dog see it. But I see the talent in our team. We can play the talent game all day. I think last year, me and Mike were talking about, we can argue probably next year or two, the Carolina Panthers are easily going to be the most talented team in this division. Yeah. That makes it look even worse from a coaching standpoint when you say something like that. You dig what I'm saying? So, yes. Because I know at one point you were like, nah, if he get 8 to 9 wins, he cool. He should be on the hot seat. I don't think Mike's going to change. I'm not trying to change his mind on this podcast or nothing or whatever, this video cast, YouTube. But I understand why C-Dog, and look, maybe you're right. I haven't seen the C-Dog in the Carolina Panther forums, right? I ain't see the C-Dog in there, but I see him in here. I watch everything in this division. I'm paying attention. I talk to Mike religiously. I understand why C-Dog feel the way he do. And I don't think he should get shot because he feel the way he do. I think it should be a very... I feel now like...
If anybody, he's shooting. But now, see, this is the difference, dog. I ain't shooting them. We can go through this conversation, and everything I'm saying is this. With the excuses, get Mug some tissue. That's him coming at me from my perspective. All right, because you mentioned I brought coaching to you, so you know how I'm paying attention to coaching, DJ. And I'm a believer in Matt Rule. I think Matt Rule's a very, very good coach. And I think that he was a young coach that went through some mistakes and some growing pains. I mentioned to you about this before. Jimmy Johnson, look at his record when he first came in from college. And everybody want to talk about Ron Rivera and this and that. Ron Rivera came to a team, was about to get fired, was on the hot seat before he went on that 12-4 run for us to make the playoffs. And he also didn't have to worry about a franchise guy at the quarterback position. He was able to get the number 1 pick. And I believe Cliff Kingsbury was in a very similar situation where he was to get the number 1 pick. That didn't happen with Matt Rule. He didn't just go to a team that was terrible. I mean, Arizona was kind of bad, at one point. After they lost Bruce Arians and some other stuff was going on. Steve Wilkes situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I just I ain't gonna keep going. Like I said, I just think Matt Rule gets too much blame for the despair of the Carolina Panthers. This is a freaking organization that has never had back-to-back winning seasons. Ever. In franchise history. But yet, Matt Rule, for 2 seasons, doesn't give you what you want, then his head is cut off. We know Matt Rule takes 3 years. What are y'all talking about? But I get it. It's the improvement from 5 wins to 5 wins. So when you look at it from that perspective, then I understand. This dude ain't getting us no better. We stay in piss poor. We stay in the same path. We look at it. Went from 5 wins to another 5 wins. I get it. I'm just saying, don't come for me and think I'm making all excuses, this and that, just because I got a different perspective. That's all this is. You're damn right you can't call me. Not right now.
We're going to get live during the season.
No,
we still in the season right now.
We gonna get
maybe next week. I mean, maybe another week or two, because we got a little time.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. Like we're gonna start bringing it, but we didn't want to bring it too early because right now we're still trying to get stuff done. Right. And I appreciate this little conversation we had here. And yes, but crazy, what's good, man? Yes, Sea-Dog, Jameis Winston. Which, if you ain't come earlier, we talked about how the media painted Jameis Winston as the worst quarterback to ever play football in the NFL. And now all of a sudden, go type in the New Orleans Saints. You're going to find people like Chris Sims, who really never liked Jameis Winston, saying, watch out for Jameis Winston and the Saints. Right? I mean, Marcus Spears, I saw putting praise. Adam Scheffler was reporting how, the rave of that. We just played a video on NFL Live that they're hyping up Jameis Winston coming off the injury and where he's going to come from. And I think Ryan Clark was on it. There's a lot of buzz with the Saints winning this division because they've done it previous to as of last year. We wanted to know if that's something that's going on, and we broke it down. If you want to go back and watch that, I might cut it up, bring a little shorter version of it. But yeah, Jameis Winston, it's funny how his whole shit just switched.
Right.
Let's see. Surgery. Fucking insanity, same shit 3 years in a row. Look, this is how Sea-Dog says, just show me something different.
Hey, and that's fine. It ain't been 3 years yet, I can only. And I think that's all I was at, Trill. I gave him 3 years, so we'll see this year. Panther fans have unrealistic expectations, and that's all my thing is. This is not a team that was, it's not like this team was one of the better teams in the division the last 4 years. So 2 years before he got here, we weren't. We were 6-10 and 5-11. Anyway,
dog, I'm a Bucks fan. Every year Bucks fans want to talk shit to the Saints. Look, we haven't beat the Saints maybe 3 years now, maybe 4 regular season. Outside of that one playoff game, which we all saw that playoff game, it was all defense. If Jared Cook didn't fumble that ball, the Saints are walking, or they're basically in a position to kick a field goal. So, we still gotta get that hurdle during the regular season with the Saints. So, I'm not nervous for the Saints. I'm not nervous about anybody. I think we're gonna be very dangerous. We're gonna be powerful with what we got going on. So, we're gonna break that down when we get close to the season. We got a whole 2 weeks after this week. Check out everybody in the division if you can, because I think we're gonna see basically everybody for the most part, outside of Christian McCaffrey, Mr. Michelin Man, being put in tires and shit and not play the preseason. See what everybody can do. Everybody can get a one half, and then we breaking down regular season, man. I can't wait.
This joker said if he messes up my hairline, he's not getting 3 tries. This ain't the same analogy, dog. That is not the same.
You see my hairline fucked up. I ain't got no hairline.
That ain't the same thing, dog. This ain't the same thing.
Yeah, Trill, I think, you right about that.
I tried to tell DJ that.
I mean, I my second family, they Saints fans, they cool people. Mike got to meet them at my baby shower.
Yeah,
they saw why I felt the way I did. Yeah. Saints fans be chilling, I thought. But over these last couple of years, I had to deal with Saints fans now that, we're a team of, prominence now. We're a good team. And the way they act like, they did all this stuff. Yes, y'all the most winningest team in the regular season. But y'all got some of the worst postseason success of that time. Y'all winning all these damn games. Goddamn Minnesota Miracle and fucking still crying to this day about the Rams knocking your ass out on that damn sideline.
Man, I don't want to hear that mess, man. I watched that entire game not just once but twice. Again, they got a lot of favorable calls early in that game. Miss me with that. It's part of the game.
Yep, they still complain about that. So, and now, Jameis got hurt, and they still won 9 games last year without him. So, like I said, one Saints fans right now, hey.
Yeah, because this the same guy they were talking crab legs this, crab legs that. Now he on your team, and all of a sudden, now you favored to win the daggone division. Out of here, man. FOH. I'm learning acronyms, man. I don't know nothing about this stuff. I learned STG was swear to God. I ain't know what that was. Anyway,
yeah, my wife was just getting on me about that. She gave me, what the fuck they said? TIA. Mike, what TIA?
Tia? That's my
I already forgot what the fuck it is. It's like, thank you in advance.
You said TY. I thought you said TI.
Oh, my bad. TIA. I just found that out.
No, you said TYA.
On this show.
Thank you.
Acronyms like my sister-in-law be doing that shit. She an elementary school teacher and shit, so she be knowing them.
TIA is thank you in advance.
Yes. Where's the U? Or yeah. Thanks. I don't make no fucking sense. I didn't even think of that much.
What? See what I'm saying, man? I can't.
What the hell? I didn't think that should be TUIA. I didn't think of it.
Yeah, I can't.
It's time. Like
TY,
hit that like, subscribe, all that stuff. Look for our videos. We've been starting to release some videos. We've been consistent now. Tell your friends, tell your mama, let everybody know we are here.
Yeah,
and we coming at y'all. We gonna open the lines up as the season gets here, but the season gotta get here first. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy football. I mean, high school football is coming out. My cousin, I'm gonna shout him out. He played for Malik Creek.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle Miles Chambers. He'll be down here in Rock Hill. I live in kind of the Steel Creek area, so he gonna be down in Rock Hill playing South Point in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna be at that game probably.
Oh yeah, this is the best time of the year, dog.
Yeah, so football's here, man. I'm all in. No more 2 jobs. My daughter playing all kinds of sport. I'm excited, man. Your son, soccer, football.
Yeah, all that.
Hey, man, we all in with everything.
I'm excited. I want to give a shout out. I know he probably ain't gonna hear, but David Sanders. Call him Dave Sanders. I coached this young man in basketball years ago. His dad was like 16. They're from Buffalo, New York.
Up north. Right.
The number 1 recruit in the class of 2025 is at Providence Day, and he is a left tackle. And they're already comparing him to first-round draft picks. Charles Cross, all that stuff. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I coached him, and he didn't want to play basketball because they kept picking on him. The refs, they felt like he was too big, this and that. He didn't like it. He was always a football guy. But anyway, footwork from playing basketball and doing all those sports are helping him so much right now. If you got kids and they're playing sports, make sure they play multiple sports. It'll help them when they get older and they settle in wherever they want to play. But I just want to give a shout out to him, and I'm so excited. I was like, dang, boy, that boy will be a future Panther. No, I'm just playing. We got Icky.
He probably needs to be, because the way y'all Panther fan lines looking right now, y'all out here a little sussy, but we'll get into that. Again, man, like I said, hit the like, subscribe.
Wrap this up.
Look for us to, we're going to come back. Now we're every Wednesday. Hey, if you ain't been showing up, we've been getting on 9:15 religiously now. You know what I'm saying? We're here. We ain't going nowhere. We set up Wednesdays. Our kids got sports other days. This is the day we're going to come down here, talk our ish, have fun with y'all, and everybody else that want to come through the chat, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Like I always say, man, this your boy DJ, Tampa Bay Buccaneers representative. I appreciate all y'all that stopped in here.
Yeah, most definitely.
And let's get it, man.
This your boy Mike Ricks, man. Thank y'all again for coming in and checking us out. Carolina Panthers representative. This is fun. The Saints are not winning the division. The Saints are not winning the division.
Hell no. No. Nah, fuck that.
It's been fun.
All that shit out here.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. So we're going to end it off with this. Much love. Peace.
In free agency, one of the teams, they were interested, and all of a sudden they weren't interested at the very end. I was sitting there thinking, you're sticking with that motherfucker? Are you serious?
Tom probably had no desire to go to that team, but now it's like, why don't you want me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I look back, I'm like, there's no fucking way I would have went to that team. But they said they didn't want me, and I know what that means. I know what that feels like, and I'm going to fuck you up because of that.